Okay, I'm going to try to do this in one take. Hello, everyone, especially people who are listening. I'm going to do a video on why I'm selectively mute online, along with other things, and just generally being anonymous. Obviously, this YouTube channel is an exception, but again, I don't want anyone to know who I am, which is, well, I'll go over that. So, the first reason is that I have a strict family. No one knows that I stream on like my other account. No one knows that I do YouTube. Um, I've generally made a lot of anonymous accounts online. Um, it's just, I don't know, it's just easier to communicate and everything. I feel like I can be more transparent. I don't really need to filter too much. Um, yeah, technically on my other Twitch account, or I guess on my only Twitch account, uh, no one knows, I guess I am affiliated. However, I'm financially illiterate and I don't want to do the tax forms wrong, so I just avoid that completely. I've been affiliated for like 5 years, I think, and I just don't want to do anything about it. I think the only reason why I don't even get the money anyways. The only reason why I'd want to do it is uh for the cool emoji stickers, or what is it, emoji stickers. No. Yeah. Okay, see, like, this is another thing. Okay, I'm not good at speaking. I don't really know how to speak, especially if I'm doing something with games. I want to concentrate on the games. Um, and I also I live with my parents still. I live with my family, and they're more strict about what I do. So obviously, they don't want me playing games. They want me studying and everything, especially since I come from a kind of prestigious education background. My parents are highly educated. My sibling is highly educated. Like my aunts and uncles, typical doctor, engineer, um, was it doctor, engineer, and like I don't know, military, whatever. Um, but yeah, and what else? I never really developed proper speaking skills. When I was young, I developed my speech pretty late, and I had to go to speech therapy. I know years ago when I used to watch Odds One Out, like he went to speech therapy and he was talking about like raindrops, like looking at raindrops and stuff, and like the teacher forcing him to say stuff like that. I went through the same thing. I barely remember. Um, but yeah, and I don't know. And just ever since then, I've also gotten interrupted a lot. For example, these stories. Whenever I'm trying to say a story, I don't usually say it that well and I get interrupted. And that creates kind of like a feedback loop where I don't know how to speak, so someone interrupts to like say the story better. And then I don't know how to say the story, and then so on and so forth. And that's in terms of just English. I am, I can't even say bilingual. I'm not really good at that, but yeah, I'm whitewashed. So I'm not, I've, I've been born and I've grown up in the same place I always have. And, that means I can't communicate with my grandparents or, you know, aunts and uncles during family functions because I'm not very fluent, and I don't want people making fun of me. And so my solution to that is just to not speak at all. Which is unfortunate because I think I do like talking, but I don't know. I think I'm just a bit too awkward sometimes, which is why I'm also making this channel because I can speak freely. Um, I can, yeah, I can stutter and everything, and it doesn't matter because this is my own channel, and no one's listening to this anyways, which is nice. I'm just talking to the void, and that's perfectly fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. And then this is more online, but um, I don't really want people to see who I am. Like, I don't want people to know that I'm a girl. I don't want them to know my accent and just like me in general. This is a very weird story. So, I used to run a small Discord for small streamers, and basically, again, I was anonymous there, and it was fine. Everyone was completely fine. And then I decided to do a little funsy. I decided to do a voice reveal because why not? And so people were there, and as soon as I did, they figured out I was a girl, and then they all started treating me, everyone except one or two people started treating me very differently. I think one person was kind of like, oh, you're actually a girl? That's kind of weird. And someone was the typical, oh, I didn't know girls were good at video games. And the third one, okay, so this third person was a bit creepy, anyways. Um, Me and my other friend, I'll call them E. Um, no, E, I don't know, that's weird. Anyways, so this friend and I, we were close and everything, and then there's this other person. Let's call this person, um, wow, I'm so bad at this. You know what? I'm just not gonna give names to anyone. Um, this person was kind of weird. They're very, how do I explain this? They're the type of person who is very, I guess, conservative, but I don't even know what that matters. I don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, this person was just a little bit quirky. That's all I'll say. And this person also had ideals being like, oh, I only like people from this specific background. Everyone else sucks, you know? And we're like, okay, that's kind of weird. We don't really know how to get rid of this guy, so I guess we'll just like stick around. And like we used to play Minecraft with him. He was fine when he wasn't being like uh so strong about his opinions, you know? And when I did this voice reveal, he did not know, as everyone else, like he didn't like okay, he did not know that I was a girl, just like everyone else. And as soon as my lips hit the mic and started using my vocal cords, this guy went into my DMs and he's like, you know what? I didn't know that you were good at video games. I didn't even know you're a girl. I didn't know girls were good at video games. Can you marry me? And I knew this person for what, like 3 years before doing this. And he started getting really obsessive and he was like, I didn't know you were a girl. I didn't know you were this capable of this. And it was so weird because I was like, what are you doing? And my friend was like, my friend sounds slightly feminine, even though he's a guy. And whenever he talked, the weird friend and his dad were like really obsessed with his voice as well. And I don't know why that was. That was just really random. But anyways, we're both like, okay, this is really, really weird. Everyone's treating me a bit differently. So, I was gonna slowly back away from whatever monstrosity I created in this server. And that was kind of my fault because the way I got these people was I was advertising in the streams, like their small streams, to come and kind of promote themselves in the Discord. And I didn't do a background check on anyone. I just went and you know, I just went and started promoting. And I don't think that was the best idea in terms of gathering people. Anyways, don't do that. That's against Twitch TOS. But anyways, that's how I got my first Discord server. And that's how I got really weird comments. And even now, like when I'm in Discord and stuff, people know what I sound like, which is fine. But there's only one or two people from that original server that I was okay with like talking with, And it's kind of weird. Anyways, what else do I have on my list? Oh yeah, I guess I also don't speak because I don't like my voice. But again, who does? I think I'm not really one to be uh I don't know. I'm not very confident. I don't know if I have high or low self-esteem, but I kind of take a it is what it is approach. And, also I like remaining anonymous because people do know who I am. I kind of lose motivation to do something when other people are watching. I think that's a big thing because as soon as you tell someone else your plans, now you have that pressure, and now that pressure is like, it's not good pressure. Like, now you want to do everything perfect, even though that's not realistic. Um, and that's really what it is, It's bad pressure that you don't need. And, a lot of people waste their potential because of that. That's also the reason why a lot of people don't do social media. And, even when I do stuff like that, whenever like I'm on my personal account or my, I guess, school Instagram account. I don't like showing my face. I don't like showing my voice, and I just don't like to be perceived. And I think a lot of other people are the same way. Anyways, this recording is 10 minutes, which is crazy. I don't know what I've been talking about. If there's anything else, I'll say in the description or comments. But anyways, I guess that's my first official video. Awesome. Bye.